Good results, results that God accepts, honors, and blesses. Success do not come from your own efforts. Good results are caused by the Lord. Psalm 127:1, except the Lord build a house, they labor in vain that build it. So yes, good results are caused by the Lord. They are His decision to make a thing happen. He decides according to His personal desires, His plans, His purposes, His timing. He decides. You can't strong arm God into submitting to your great ideas and strategies. If you keep trying, you might actually receive the results you're looking for, laced with some extra problems to vex you and those attached to you as a reward for the pride that told you that your way was best. And so your efforts, what do? Your efforts, particularly your efforts in obedience, they please the Lord. They attract His attention and they attract His favor. Your efforts in obedience, they are going to attract the favor of God. He's going to be more pleased with and more responsive to your acts of obedience than to your works and sacrifices done outside of His counsel, outside of His leadership, outside of His will. And it's pretty interesting because if our feelings regarding a matter are strong enough, we'll actually begin to think that the Lord understands why we're doing what we're doing. Not only understand, we'll think He agrees. I think the Lord put this in my heart. Why is the desire so strong if He doesn't want me to do it? But the Holy Ghost through Jeremiah lets us know that the heart is deceitful above all things and is desperately wicked. Who can know it? That's Jeremiah 17:9. So it's true. God really does understand the workings of our heart. He understands the contents of our heart. He understands the motives of our heart better than we do. And so the most beneficial thing you or I can do, the best thing we can do is become familiar with God's voice and obey it. Obey God's voice. I'm not talking about obeying your heart. That still needs cleansing. Obeying God's voice. A wise man of God said, repetition deepens the impact. The best thing we can do is become familiar with God's voice and obey it. That's what good pastors help you to do. They help position you to hear God's voice, recognize His voice, and obey it. Now, that doesn't mean they make you independent of people's leadership altogether. It means they help you become effective workers in God's kingdom, effective workers on this planet. So we cannot simply trust our strong feelings. We cannot simply follow our heart as we draw conclusions, make decisions, and pursue goals. We have to break past the pulls of the heart, break past the pulls of your heart, the pulls of his heart, the pulls of her heart, the pulls of their hearts, and really press in more than we ever have for more of the heart of Jesus, pressing in so deep that we become the heart of Jesus. And as we transition or expand from being the object of God's affection to being the embodiment of God's affection, He's going to produce the results we've all been needing.